Hello everybody and welcome back to my story. So today I was thinking to myself that I hadn't really had a chance to get my hands on a regular guitar and actually an electric guitar in quite a while, and I was thinking back to the last time I had my electric that you see in the background a lot of these videos working. And so I figured what I'd do was take a quick look at the guitar and all the pieces and the internals and see if it's actually in the proper shape where it could be played and strung. There were a few things going wrong with it last time, particularly a switch which changes the tone of the guitars, and I won't go into too many details about how that works, but that's really not a hard thing to fix even if I don't replace the switch. So I figured I'd go in there and mess around with it a little bit and see if I could maybe even just get it working. So let's take a chance here, unscrew this guitar, take out some of the wires and see what everything looks like on the inside, and see if maybe this is actually something I can turn into a functioning guitar right here in the video. Alright, so this right here is the connector that goes to the switch that switches between my different pickups and changes the way the electric guitar sounds. So what I'm going to attempt to do is make it so that all the pickups are just on. Or I can just choose a configuration and make that configuration permanent, because I only really ever played with well, I mostly played with one configuration just because I didn't really care for some of the different settings. But the first thing I'm going to have to do is run out and grab some strings and actually take a chance and string the whole thing up so that I can actually pull it apart again and rewire everything and then test it. So let's hit the road and head to the store now. Alright, so I got the strings and I ended up picking up a switch that I don't need, but I figured if all else fails I could always give the switch a shot and see if that works better. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the strings on, and then it's experimenting time. I can't even explain how frustrating it's gonna be to spend this much time stringing this guitar if it doesn't work. I'm gonna make it work somehow. I've decided that I don't care what I have to do and how many wires I have to strip out. If this is just a full powered, full volume, one pickup, one chord jack, and that's it, then that's what this guitar is gonna be from here on out. I don't care. And so I decided to go with the Ernie balls again, since I used those for the classical and I've used these so many times in the past and had great experiences with them on electric guitars. So let's not break a good tradition and keep this thing going. Let's get these babies on. So after everything I ended up snapping a string, so I have to go out and get a whole new set of strings just to replace one. But after quite a few years with no strings and a lot of electrical problems, I finally gutted it, hooked it up, no volume switch, just one pickup, one plug-in, and that's all. And after many, many long hours of working, we finally have sound. So all I have to do at this point is get the one string replaced and it's pretty much ready to go. So we are very, very close to go time for the My Story music to begin. But for right now, we're going to call this one a day. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you all for subscribing and always being here and watching and commenting on all the videos. And thank you all for hanging in there as everything gets started up. So I'm going to go ahead and head off to the store, pick up the strings. So part 2 will begin immediately when I get back and start stringing the replacement string for the guitar. And then I'll go and do a quick rundown of how I wired it all together, so that, you know, if you're out there and you ever have this problem, maybe you can do it yourself. It does make the guitar a lot more simple of a machine when you eliminate all the fancy little tone and volume knobs, and it really ends up showing you how the guitar works and how you can modify it in the future. So if any of you guitar players out there want to learn a thing or two about the inner workings of your guitar, make sure to stay tuned. And I will see you all next time.